Hey guys, for this week I am giving you today and tomorrow, so Monday and Tuesday, to keep practicing the greatest common factor in distributive property, where I give you the sum like 63 plus 105, and you have to factor out or pull out the greatest common factor and rewrite it as like a multiplication problem. So this is a skill that can be tough. So I wanted to give you 2 more days just so you have it down. And that also gives you 2 more days to ask me questions. So ask me questions when you see me in person, or if you are an online student, jump on my Google Meet and I'll do some problems with you, okay? So you have plenty of time to ask me questions. So if you do not understand the skill, that's kind of on you because you need to come to me and ask me questions, okay? I don't know if you are really confused. I can only reach out to you so much. So please join my Google Meet, email me, anything to get yourself some help. So I'm going to show you 2 examples today just to refresh your memory, and then you are going to practice some problems today, and then you also have a formative. So the first example I'm going to do is 63 plus 105. So no, we're not adding the 2 of them. I'm not teaching you addition. I'm teaching you how to factor out the greatest common factor and rewrite it using the distributive property. So the first step that you want to do in these problems is always to find the greatest common factor. So I'm going to find the greatest common factor of 63 and 105. I'm going to use the cake method. So the prime numbers that I can pull out, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13. I always write them just to help. So I know 63 is not divisible by 2 because it's not even, so I'm not going to even try it. But then 63 is divisible by 3, and I have to check if 105 is divisible by 3, which it is. So since they're both divisible by 3, I'm going to divide by 3. 63 divided by 3 is 21. 105 divided by 3 is 35. So 21 is divisible by 3, but 35 is not. So I can't use 3, so then I jump to 5. So 21 is not divisible by 5. Can't do it. Oh, 7. 21 and 35 are both divisible by 7. 21 divided by 7 is 3. 35 divided by 7 is 5. So 3 and 5 are both prime, so I know that I'm done. So my greatest common factor, 3 times 7 is 21. So my greatest common factor is 21. So after I have the greatest common factor, my second step is to write factor pairs for each addend. So 63 plus 105. I'm going to break down each addend using my greatest common factor of 21. So I would do 21 times what gets me 63. 21 times 3. And 21 times what gets me 105. B, 5. Okay, so notice I did use that greatest common factor in my factor pairs. After that, you want to factor out or pull out the greatest common factor out front, which is 21, and whatever is left goes in parentheses, so 3 plus 5. And then there's your answer, 21 times 3 plus 5. Okay, so one more example. If you feel confident and would like to pause the video and try this on your own and then come back to make sure you got it right, that's awesome, do it. But if you want to see one more that I do, you're more than welcome to watch me and copy it down in your notes as I go through. So I need to rewrite 128 plus 96. Nope, definitely not adding still. So first step is greatest common factor. So 128 and 96. Prime numbers, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13. So 128 and 96 are both divisible by 2 because they're even. So I'm going to divide by 2. 128 divided by 2 is 64. 96 divided by 2, 48. So both those numbers are still even, so I can still divide by 2. 64 divided by 4 is 32. 48 divided by 2 is 24. Oh, they're still even, so I can still divide by 2. 32 divided by 2 is 16. 24 divided by 2 is 12. Holy moly, this is a big cake. Okay, so still even. Still can divide by 2 to get 8 and 6. And they're still even numbers, so I'm still dividing by 2, 4, and 3, which 3 is prime, and 3 is not a factor of 4, so I know I'm done. Wow, okay, so then here is my greatest common factor. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2, 8. 8 times 2, 16. 16 times 2, 32. Okay, so greatest common factor is 32. So second step is factor pairs. Factor pairs. So we need to rewrite 128 plus 96 using factor pairs. So don't forget you want to use your greatest common factor in your factor pair, so it's 32. So 32 times something is going to get me 128, and it would be 32 times 4. So you always know that you can divide 128 by 32 to figure out what the other number is. And then 32 times something is going to give me 96, which is 3. So then next you want to factor out your greatest common factor, which is 32. And whatever is left, 4 plus 3, goes inside the parentheses. And there's your answer, 32 times 4 plus 3. Okay, so make sure you have those 2 examples down in your notebook. And then your practice for today is the next page in your packet. So greatest common factor and distributive property, it should have a 2. You already did 1 on Friday. If you did not do 1 on Friday, here's a great time to do it now. So make sure 1 and 2 are done after today. I did questions 1 and 8 for you, so you have an example to look at, and then the other 6 are for you to practice, okay? So you have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so do it right on the worksheet. If you don't have the packet, I will upload the worksheet for you to use, and then once you're done, check with the answer key, and then do your formative for today, okay? Please let me know if you have questions. Please, please, please. Other than that, have